Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Because you're doing well, because having a wonderful day on this 16th September 2025. We're coming in with some bad news. I gotta admit, I'm super tired. Um, it is 11:29 of the 16th of September. Brooklyn Nine-Nine leaves the. Oh, fuck. Give me a sec. God damn it. We forgot to check the batteries of the phone before we connected. This is a good start. We just started making videos. Brooklyn Nine-Nine leaves the Netflix store in about 2 days, which is not true. It leaves in 30 minutes. We officially failed the challenge to do a whole recap. Plus I'm tired, so I'm not gonna try I'm gonna do what I can do until it leaves, but I'm not gonna try to do more. Now we failed. Again, I made a video about why we failed. You know what? When I was, like I said, when I wasn't able to do Lost, I was really disappointed with myself. With Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's a bit less of a disappointment because I did watch the show already. However, it's still a disappointment because I'll never get to watch the show again, and I'll never get to react to it again. However, point due where the point is due. We did. We're gonna be finishing at least 4 seasons, so that's more than half the show. Points due where points are due. You know what? I'm actually pretty happy with the amount of work I put in the last couple of days. It's not perfect. It's far from being perfect, but it does a job. So, without further ado, here we are with the wonderful, eclectic. By the way, ooh, oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Preview. Give me a quick sec. You see, it doesn't work. We have a file to repair. And that file we need to repair is... I found a way to repair it, which is great. But at the same time, it's going to be more complex than expected. So, I'll be able to fix it tomorrow. But it'll cost money, which is a problem because I don't have that much. It's not expensive, but still. So we did watch until season 4, episode. By the way, rule of thumb, right? If somebody's doing a recap, because this is the next part. If somebody's doing a recap and he stopped abruptly, okay, understand that I didn't have enough storage. So this is basically it, right?
Monsters aren't real, my little Peru.
So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do all of it. We are reaching season 4, episode 6. You know what? If I can do it till season 4, episode 6, I will be very, very, very happy. And we don't have that much left. We have Paranoia. I think it's Paranoia. I don't know where we stopped. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect. So we have Paranoia, which is season 3, episode 20. There's 3 more episodes for season 3. Then we'll have to do 5 episodes. Now I lied. When I say we reach season 4, episode 6, it's not true. I saw season 4, episode 6, but it's not season 4, episode 6. It is season 4, episode 5, because we watched 5 at the end. And this is cool because we did watch the ending of the heist. Okay, good. So we have Rosa saying goodbye to Pimento. And I gotta say, like I was talking about, you really, really believed in Rosa. It feels genuine, right? I gotta say, Amy and Jake characters, Milsa and Andy characters they have a lot of chemistry. Rosa and Pimento has this insane energy. I'm gonna talk shit about the actor that plays Pimento. He, he get typecast a lot, so it's always one of the like a crazy dude, and it sucks because I think he has a lot of range. I saw him on Crow Show, and the House of Pimp, and the House of Prostitute, to be honest, and the House of Gigolo, which was really funny. So yeah, so the coolest thing is we have the whole precinct that says, listen, if there's people from the FBI, we're gonna have to do it alone. This is a mission for the 99. Pimento is of the 99. We're gonna be saving Pimento because he is of the 99. So at the same time, it's really cool to see because they have his back. But it's a bit weird because he's been there not for long, and let's just say that the time that he's been there, it hasn't been all peaches and rainbow, you know. But hey, that's the way they see it. That's the way they see it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I can reach season 4 until 5, if I can finish all I watch, I'll be very happy. I'll be very, very happy. Um,
Complamo scrubs, I nailed it. That's all.
so this is super, super, super cool. Called Open. Captain Old wants to meet in secret and a secret position, which is one of the dumbest cold opening, but it's also one of the funniest. So he does a riddle, and you have to find the riddle, and you have to execute the riddle to get to the secret meeting place. So Jake, Gina, Terry, Scully, and Hitchcock end up in the same place. The only people that got it is Amy. Now, why is that a stupid thing? Because the hideout, if you will, and you will, the hideout is exactly where last episode ended. So you're like, dude, I kind of knew where it was, right? So it's kind of stupid, but at the same time, hey, it's a fucking show, bro. It's a fucking show. Let's get into it. We have
I'm woman in prison in Texas. She must be bad. She murdered 3 people, and she knows me.
perfect. So now they're trying to fix Figgis, and it's kind of nice because it seemed like a case, and also which is cool with B99 is they take some liberty because a crime can be committed, but it doesn't mean like how can I say that? You take liberties, for example, the Sulfur Pimento, and now they say there's corruption. There's corruption FBI, and you're like, holy shit, okay, this goes far, right? And it's not a mission, it's not one of their quests. Look at me talking all on RPG. It's not one of their goal to catch who is the bad guy and the 99, but at police, it's kind of important that they do find the bad guy because, again, it's a police show, right? Can we agree on that? We can agree on that. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So we have alt that says the person that's the closest to Vegas is his sister, and his sister is the sister of Tony Soprano and the Sopranos. So I just wanted to point it out. I just wanted to put it out there because I thought it was kind of cute. I thought it was a fun little thing, You know what's insane? I'm playing the tower, right? And I'm realizing that this newer playthrough has time 19.17. The sword has time 67 critical factor. And how much do you have? Shield, sword. Ooh, sword has 95%. Yeah, that's not good. That is good actually. That is good. Critical factor. That's 54. Okay, so the best one is this one. Okay. Cool. This is the strongest. So there you go, the sister. Now she's in a prison. The funny joke here is that she is. This is actually a really cool episode. This is a really, really good episode. The funny thing is, there's a joke as she's a white woman and she must be bad, and then yeah, she killed 3 people. Amy says, "I'm gonna be the one that goes in undercover," and people laugh at her because she said, "You couldn't be scary," right? Now here's another great part. Now I will say I have a little bit of a complaint.
Why is everyone...
But it's not a big deal. The complaint is very much not so much of a big deal. The little bit of complaint that I have is the fact that we're kind of far in the show, and it's been a lot of parts. For example, this is gonna be the end of season 3, and there's a 3-part special. But then I watch season 4. Season 4 is another 3-part special, but all of them are kind of related because again, the end I gotta have 2 characters that has to go under disguise. So yeah, So it is not so great having a 6-part episode in a show that has season of 22 episode. This is basically a fourth of your season is parts, so that's not good. So then it's Rosa that's chosen. Amy is hurt. She's asking Jake, "Are you scary?" And Jake's like, "Yeah, no problem. I saw you in Jeopardy. This is really scary." So they go in with Rosa, and Rosa, this is really cool. This is really cool. They make her pregnant. So there's 2 reasons for that, and this is very smart because the first reason for that is she's pregnant. Obviously, she's gonna have a baby. She's not gonna get into a fight if she's pregnant. People are not gonna hit a pregnant woman, I hope. So I thought that was kind of cool. It was kind of a good idea. We worked so much today. Okay, cool. I have another idea for a video tomorrow. Tomorrow we're taking a break from recaps, just me. And then tomorrow is Wednesday. I have an idea, but it's kind of crazy. Okay. You know. Yeah, it could work actually. Okay. Tomorrow we're taking off of making recap videos, which is great. I'll take advantage of that to stream, which is great. So the parenting is important because it does show that they will not hit a pregnant woman, which is kind of great. It's also an excuse to go see Charles and Jake, who are disguised as gynecologists, which is a person that observes your genitals or your privates, which is a better word. I prefer genitals because it's more, the lingo of the sexuality. I did like that. And that's pretty much it. So she'll have a reason to go back to see Jake and Charles. And that's pretty much it. God.
Officially notarized.
You want me to break the secret of my attempt to become a notary? It's not a problem.
I love this. Amy, who we know is a notary, is able to help the system, able to get Rosa in a specific prison. So it feels like the whole team is part of it, except for who else? Hitchcock and Scully. This is super cool because Terry's like, "Are you sure you want to go with this? This is very dangerous." And he's like, "Oh, the adrenaline in my body is coursing. I'm down with it." And he said coursing is supposed to be super excited, but it doesn't work. Now, this is my favorite part of the show. The whole prep was 5 minutes, right? Rosa come in for a couple seconds. She meets a inmate that says, "What? You're the cop that arrested me 4 years ago." So already she gets made. They go to Amy because Amy possibly has less arrests. And this is cool. This is really cool because she goes in. This is actually a really good episode because Jake is constantly worried about Santiago, and it's kind of cool because it's not only that he cares about her, but he's also questioning her ability as a police. So it's like, she's my wife, but she's also police, but she is my wife, first of all. So he has to do a concession, and in this case, the concession, oh my god, we reached 1T. Oh my god, we reached 1T with SHIELD. Okay, I'm getting super excited for no reason. But if you knew what was going through right now, this is insane. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Okay, first ID. The tower critical factor shield 1B 1-3 1T. Then we'll do failure of B99 react. Okay, I wrote react, but I'll understand because I'm a genius or a dumbass that's dumb enough to be a smartass. They're both containing ass, and the ass has no brain. So an ass can be smart or dumb. An ass is an ass, right? So a smart ass and a dumb ass is the exact same thing.
Also, I'm sorry about that. I know how hard it is. I'm checking it.
I always thought it would be funny. Kills fine.
This is cool.
Maybe we'll get you a big bang or something.
I don't remember this part. Ah, yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a bit tired, but most of all, I'm sad that we're not getting to finish. So Rosa goes in, and this is kind of cool. So Pimento isn't dead, but they're gonna pretend like he's dead. They're gonna make a funeral for him, which is kind of crooked but kind of cool at the same time because being 99. Why is that cool is because they're gonna be looking for a person that has the scar. Jake noticed that the person had a scar, which is actually a pretty big scar. So this will be very helpful. I have 1,700 of medals. This is insane. Okay, let's do this and let's do this damage. Sounds good. My apologies. So, Amy goes in and Amy does the best thing. This is super cool because Jake, you can see right away he's worried. So what she has is she has a cell phone. Because she's a cop, she's able to bring a cell phone, which is Sally for my Sally. Now Jake is like aboard the mission. She's gonna be caught right away because she's cringe lord. She's a cringe lord, not an edge lord, a cringe lord. Very small difference, but not the same thing. And it's super cool because she's laughing. However, we have the sister of Tony Soprano come in and say, hey, I'm the only shop here. You cannot have a shop. So Amy, to look like a bigger badass, has a shop, which is the fact that she wants to be a criminal, and there's nothing more criminal than somebody that has a shop in a prison, I guess. You wouldn't know. I watched Prison Break though, so I should know. John Abruzzi. There you go. So they're doing the funeral to see if the person has a scar. Now, trust me, this is pointless. The guy they're gonna run after is a pair boring pickpockets. Nothing special. The one we saw all year round. He's in my alley right now, and nobody's afraid. Nobody's like, she can do pussy. You freaking pickpockets. However, I will say that pickpocket is an art, and I'm pretty impressed by it. So I take everything that I said, my dear friend. No, I'm sorry. Wow, he's gonna come pickpocket me after. Shit. But at the end, we have Rosa talking about how she is grieving that Pimento is gone. And it's a pretty cool scene because for Rosa, this is a pretty big deal. No, I got a big ego. Such a big. There you go. They get caught right away. Jake is super worried. Amy gets stepped on, and Jake is calling her again. And this is looking pretty suspicious. However, the writer of the show are freaking stars. So Holt goes in to shake the hand, but it doesn't work. But they give handshakes, and by giving handshakes, what happened is they get to see. What should we call it? They get to see. I'm sorry, this is funny. She get to see the scars, right? She goes in, she stepped to Mrs. Soprano, not Carmela. Carmela is hot, by the way. And she's like, and she has a 20-pounders. And Amy, she's like, I'm no punk. Which is her chilling with the old too much. You guys are too much. You guys are best friends or something. I don't know. I do not know. But Jake's like, yo, these are little weapons. And Jake goes in and is like, yo, this is way too much. This is way too much. So then they have a little bit of a fight, and they said, do you not trust me? You're blowing up my cover. I know that you're worried about me, but this is not a place to be worried. And Jake's like, yeah, you're right. I'm a bit too worried about you. And it said, okay, well, my cover is blown. And then Amy's like, not so much. So what she does is she kicked Jake, and she basically beat him up.
What the hell do you think you're doing? I'm showing my unborn baby how it
Amy gets into a fight with Tony Soprano. So then we have the finale, and at the end, what happened is she pretend like Jake touched her inappropriately, and she beat him up, which surprisingly gets her the respect of the whole precinct. We have Rose's speech, and this is cool because she does a good job expressing emotion that she wasn't. So it's complex. Even I have a hard time explaining it. See, the actress is good because she's able to emote emotion. However, Rosa isn't able to emote emotion. So you're playing a character that doesn't emote emotion, emoting emotions. It's very subtle, a very artsy style. Part 2. We're still I want to.
We're gonna be here a while. Would you like to talk?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So the cold opening. See, I watched many episodes. We watched freaking 9 episodes, guys. No, 8. I'm sorry, I lied. 8 episodes, right? And I started to remember the cold opening. So we have the meeting of Bob, and Bob is amazing because Bob was also a cop from back in the days where Holt. However, he was black. Holt was black. Both ostracized. Both put in the same team. Difference: Bob was straight. Holt was gay. Holt was still the minority in the group. From minority to captain. And he has Chester. Oh yeah, and he has Kevin. Oh yeah, he is a really good painter. And he has 317 painting of a rock. What am I doing here? Stating the obvious. This man is a goddamn hero. I talked a lot today. Today we filmed for 7 hours, guys, so pretty hard worker. And Bob is just like Holt. They're talking. You know what's insane? I never realized that in the I never noticed that in the intro there's evidence pieces, which is kind of crazy. So we meet Bob, and this is so super cool. So this is so super cool. This is so super. This is so super cool. So Bob and Holt are the same person. So they want the guy to have this car to be named Joe, because it's Joe's car, after the actress Scarlett Johansson, which makes me laugh so hard because Holt didn't know that, and then when he knows, he apologized to Bob. And then Bob says something like, "It's okay. I have dealt with unsubordinate people before." It's like, oof. So huge dig for something that is kind of cool. And I gotta say, Scarlett Johansson being the name of a criminal, I like it a lot. Favorite movies from her? I'm gonna go with Don Juan. Yeah, she was hot in that movie. Gosh, I need to get laid. Gosh, I need a girlfriend. Gosh. So this is pretty much the whole show. This is super cool. So we got Amy and Charles, and this is really nice because I gotta say this is kind of brilliantly put. It would have been very weird for them to have this first scene together. But you guys remember when the wife of Terry had her kids, Ava? Yeah, we had some moments between Charles and Amy. So this is technically the second episode we have for Charles and Amy. And it's good because they have chemistry, but it's not a chemistry that's coming from nowhere. It's a chemistry that comes from an episode a season ago. No, my apologies. It was the same season. So she actually liked that Amy stepped up to the pervy doctor, which wasn't a pervy, it was her boyfriend, but still. The devil's in the details, that the devil is dancing tonight. There's a song from Rick and Benjamin. Ta-na-na, ta-na-na-na-na, ta-da-da-da-da-da, I can see right through. I to see right through. Choo 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 doo doo choo 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 doo choo 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 choo. I got it. Oh, 8 minutes of storage. That's not good, Brody. That is absolutely disastrous. I'm facing with a complicated situation. There's this girl, right? And I don't know if she's into me or not into me. I have no clue. I'll be completely honest. I'm as clueless as the day I was born. But back then I was a cute baby, so now I don't have this excuse to use, which is pretty much of a shame, right? Because I in my heart I still am a cute baby. Is that weird of me to say? Possibly. Is it the weirdest thing I said today? Not so much. Is that a weird thing that this is not the weirdest thing that I said today? Definitely. Does the fact that this is not the weirdest thing I've said all day makes the whole situation extra weird? Yes. You know what? We'll delete you. Problem is, I don't know if you're still here. So I'm gonna stop this video. I'm gonna check that my because I want to make some space, or we could just wait until I finish this episode. How far are we in episode? We're pretty early on. Okay, let's finish this episode and then we'll go. So guess what? This girl, right? And she's showing the path that she has an interest in me, but then so she goes in, and then it's never more than a day. So she'll be very sweet with me, but that's never more than a day. So it's tough because I texted her in July. We're in September. July, August, September. She texted me 2 months after. And she wants to talk. I'm like, bro, we're not talking 2 months. If you wanted to talk, you would have texted me, right? I don't know. The fuck do I know? Oh, women. Women. Can't live with them, can't live without them. So Amy, the girl soprano, is happy that Amy stepped up. Charles and Amy has a really good bond, which is super cool. Super cool. We have a big problem with the 9-9. The stats for the arrest got released, which means there's a leak in the 9-9. Now we don't know who it is. This would be so cool a couple episodes ago because we could have blamed Pimento. But now that's not Pimento, it's someone that's been there for a while, so. Pop. We have Bob, who says there's one guy in the FBI that matches the description, and this is this guy. So he goes in and he sees this car, which means that we have the right culprit. It's a cool scene because Jake says, hey, thank you for your help. But then when he realizes the bad guy said, no thank you, you asshole. Yeah, so this is kind of funny. I can see right through. See? So I texted her July 24th. Thinking about you, hoping you're doing well. She texted me today. Doing well, hope you're doing well. I am, thank you. Because I was like, I am, thank you, because I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna. No. And she said, yep. Cool. Shh, you're too loud. It's late as fuck. It's 12 o'clock. It's midnight, so the show basically left the air, but there's always like a couple hours after. So then she see Amy hug the guy, and she see Amy hug Charles, and then she said Charles is actually a really good dude. So the sister of Tony Soprano is in love with Charles, and she's coming in to pat his butt. So we think that it's a problem. It's not a problem. The real problem here is he's her type. So they go in and they're trying to get a file. I forget what that file is for, but they're going to get a file basically. So she goes in, touch Charles' bottom, which is good for him because let's face it. However, it's a call from Genevieve. Oh, by the way, completely forgot they have a call where Charles is basically a father now. They adopted, and it's Nikolaj, which is a Latvian kid, 4 years old Latvian kid. Where's Latvia? I don't know. So we're thinking that it's Terry and Gina because Coley and Hitchcock, but Coley and Hitchcock don't even know what it is. We got Jake, who does a whole thing of doing one chin up, which is kind of funny because again, this is not him. We got Old, who's going to charm the guy and talk about Sex and the City. And Old has an understanding of Sex and the City that beats mine. Mine is 0, by the way, but it beats mine by a mile. Now, how much is a mile and percentage of knowledge? I don't know. So we basically get the file, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Jake goes in, and it's super nice. There's a trolley. They basically are doing an operation inside the operation. So Jake is changing, he has a drill, Rosa is doing a Rosa thing. Now this is insane because they get a file, right? And the whole mission fails because he has like a card, and there you go. See, that card is for level 9 only. So then he's kind of afraid, right? So then the whole thing is good, except for Bob. and Bob goes in and takes a file and just signs. So Bob could have done that whole thing, and this whole thing is meaningless because again, because again, how can I say that? The whole thing is meaningless because it took 2 seconds. We got Charles who's trying to charm Tony Soprano's sister, but it doesn't work because again, Genevieve calls and Charles gets caught. So then we realize that the mole inside the 99 was Terry. There was a mistake. So again, kind of pointless plot because we don't figure that out. But at the same time, it doesn't really help. Super, super, super cool thing. We have the guy with his car gets attacked. We think he's dead, but he survived. So you can ask him question, which is super nice. Jake gives chocolate, which is super important later on, and Bob and Old stay in the place. This is super cool because they have the talk, and it kind of sucks, bro. Kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. It really sucks. Why does it sucks? Because you know that Bob is a cheater. Bob is a bad guy, and you want better for Holt. You just want better for him. That sucks, dude. There you go. Terry's the leak. There you go. Nice. So Amy has a phone, and Melissa told him who was working for the FBI. And there's two people: the guy with the N's car and Bob. And we come back, and Bob is arresting the one and only Alt, which is here. And that's pretty much it. So Bob played them like a fiddle. Pretty good episode. Pretty good episode. We got season 3 finale. Gary and Greg and Larry. Greg and Larry is a stupid name for the episode because Greg and Larry ends up being the name of Alt and Jake. And I don't know where it is, but I know some cool facts, and I'm gonna blow your mind with this. Next episode. For this episode, I don't have any mind-blowing fact for you guys. So the cold open is basically, and this is super, 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 super good, because the cold opening is Jake once again getting it. You see, it's another part. It's a part 3, right? But I don't mind it. You know why? Because, okay, so here's the thing, right? We start where we ended. So when you binge watch a show, this doesn't bother you. When you're not binge watching a show, this is a bit harder. Ah, shit. Okay, so I'm gonna start the video here, and I'll be right back in a couple seconds.